What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You're on S Motorsports. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Hope you guys are having a great day. But today we got a thermostat replacement for you with a 180 degree thermostat instead of the factory 194. So what I picked up is I got a Scoggin-Dickey 180 degree thermostat. So I know there's maybe some not good ones out there, or that's what I kind of gather from the forums. So I don't know, I picked this one up. So I'm gonna try it and see how it works. But yeah, obviously I'll let you guys know. But I kind of got it laid out on the table of what I think I'm gonna need. I got a couple vice grips here where I'm gonna pinch off the hoses, and I'm gonna use my Milwaukee ratchet probably, and some sockets, 10 millimeter, as well as a cloth to shove into the thermostat opening to hopefully not lose much fluid. So I already stuffed some rags in here to hopefully catch anything that comes out. So my fluid was a little low already, and you know, I didn't really notice there's actually nothing in the overflow tank. So I was kind of postponing filling this up because I knew I was going to be doing this thermostat swap. So let me know in the comments if you guys have this issue as well. I mean, I picked up the car, I never really noticed, and I don't really have any pictures. I believe it's at the same level, and I couldn't notice if that was any lower. So, you know, I'm going to fill it up, obviously, and just monitor it. So it should be pretty simple. We got 3 bolts. We're going to pull this off. We're going to pinch these hoses and hopefully not lose a ton of fluid and try and do it in a pretty quick manner. All right, now we got the thermostat out. I'm gonna try and do this quick so I don't lose a ton of coolant. This is what it looks like. Yeah, all right, let's swap it out. So what you gotta do is press down on this spring and turn it. It's actually not that bad. Okay, put this guy back in. There we go. Got that snapped into place. I just want to make sure the spring is nice and centered. All right, guys, so I got the thermostat in. Not gonna lie, I lost a lot of coolant. Probably should have emptied that first. Cause yeah, I made a mess. I think most of the rags I had underneath the belt caught most of that, but I still was losing quite a bit of fluid. So I'm gonna try and soak up as much as I can, then get it refilled, and then try and purge it out. All right, so now we're gonna fill it back up. Okay, filling it up with some drinking water first. And then also, deck's cool. Okay, and then we're probably gonna have to start it up to get this to cycle through. Eventually we'll fill up the overflow as well. All right guys, so now I can feel this hose is warm, which means the thermostat opened, which is good. The fluid level really didn't drop at all. I'm gonna let it go just a little bit longer. It looks like my coolant reservoir as well, the bottom one is getting some in there as well, which I'll have to top off later at a later date. All right guys, so I got everything installed, button back up. I wanted to just show you kind of what the stock thermostat looks like. So I didn't really have a lot of time to take a look at the housing since it was leaking so much, but I know I was taking a look. This one's a little different because it's got a gasket around the top versus the Scoggin-Dickey one that I got has a gasket kind of around the side. It seemed like it fit in the housing good. It seated. Like I said, I tried to make sure the spring was seated properly on it. Yeah, this one is a little different because it's got a cup on the back side. You see where the spring pocket must sit in there. The Scoggin-Dickey one did not have that. So obviously something I just got to pay attention to, but seemed to be working properly. Coolant was flowing. So should be good to go there. One thing I wanted to mention as well, I put some electrical tape on the vice clamps as well, just to make sure that you didn't damage the hoses at all. So I'll take one final look. Got everything kind of cleaned up, all the stuff soaked up, and obviously there's a little bit of residue that kind of burned off. And you know, I filled it up a decent amount, and it actually went into the reservoir tank already, so I really won't have to add a whole lot more. But obviously we'll keep watching it. And another note is, obviously, you know, I'm putting a 180 thermostat in. I don't have a tune. I'm planning to in the future. So the 180 is really only going to help when you're going down the highway, making sure it stays cool. If you're sitting in traffic for long periods of time, it's not really going to do as much because the fans aren't programmed to turn on at the lower fan speed. Although it still does help somewhat to allow this thermostat to open and circulate before the fans turn on. At that point, you know, the thermostat will be mostly open when the fans start to turn on just a little bit, so they'll get a lot more cooling. So it will help somewhat, but I won't get the full benefit until I get a tune and get you know, the fans programmed to the right lower thermostat setting. All right guys, well that's it. I just wanted to say thanks for joining in, and stay tuned for more content to come. All right, see you later.